America's workforce. Its strength is our nation's success. Join iBuild America podcast as we explore innovative solutions and inspiring stories from leaders and workers shaping America. Discover actionable insights to build a motivated workforce.
Hello, my name is Lorraine Lane. I'm with iBuild America podcast, where we highlight the people, places, and organizations that are the forefront leaders of workforce development. Today, I have the opportunity to talk to Corey Davis. He is the Center Director at the Gadsden Job Corps Center in Gadsden, Alabama. Welcome, Corey.
Welcome. Thank you. I appreciate you for having me today.
Oh, this is definitely a pleasure. Corey, how long have you been affiliated with the Job Corps program?
I've been in Job Corps for about 18 years.
Really?
Yes, 18 long years.
Okay, and what was your first location?
My first center was the fourth largest Turner Job Corps Center in Albany, Georgia.
Okay.
That's where I'm originally from. Started out as a recreation specialist there.
All right.
Yeah.
For those of you who don't know, Job Corps is a federally funded program that provides vocational and educational training to adolescents between the ages of 16 and 24 years of age. And we've been around, because I'm still affiliated with the Job Corps program, for over 60 years. So I did not realize that you are a Georgia boy.
Yeah.
I'm a Georgia girl. Okay.
I love it.
Nice, because your center's located in Alabama, so we always had this Georgia-Alabama rivalry. Yes. So Gadsden, I had the opportunity to work at Gadsden some years ago. Mm-hmm. Gadsden is one of the few Job Corps centers that's located on a HBCU.
Yes, one of the few. It's a great partnership that we have with Gadsden State as well.
So you still have that partnership with Gadsden State?
Yes, ma'am.
For our listeners, a HBCU is historically Black college and university in the United States. And so most of those campuses are not community colleges. So Gadsden State Community College is one of the few that is an HBCU, if I'm correct.
Yes.
All right. And that is a wonderful partnership. So speaking of partnerships, there's a big push in Job Corps to increase our apprenticeships. Right. And most Job Corps centers have pre-apprentice programs with some of the home builders institute trades, the carpentry, plumbing, all the hard trades and things like that. What is Gadsden doing as it relates to apprenticeship programming?
So at this time, we are currently working with getting our material handling trade and our culinary trade to be a pre-apprenticeship program. So we're working with the Alabama workforce. They're walking us through all the paperwork. Just during the apprenticeship week, they came on center, met with our students, gave a great presentation because we wanted to know more about it. We understand workforce. I think we was kind of in between the word of development for it. And that apprenticeship piece helps with that development as well. So we're on route to have 2 trades as pre-apprenticeship, and I'm excited about that. So we're just jumping in there. We're going to make sure these students get the training that they need.
Well, one of the things you just said that I find it interesting, most times when you think apprenticeship program, you think hard trades like construction. So you mentioned culinary arts as a pre-apprentice program.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. So that is definitely a change in an innovation for the Gadsden Center. So tell me how you got into Job Corps. What was your career path that led you into this program that you've been attached to for 18 years?
So there was a time in my life where I worked with a major rap group called Field Mob out of Albany, Georgia.
Oh, really?
And at that time, we was on the road doing some work, and we got a call to come to Job Corps and do a concert for the youth. Had a little panel where we had some conversation with the students about, coming off the streets, doing the right thing, staying a positive person in your community. And after that, when I got off the road, had an opportunity to come back to Job Corps and do a little speaking. So I did that through their SGA. And from there, they called me back and said, can you come back again? From there, hey, we got a part-time position. Are you interested in it? At this time, I had pretty much kind of got out the road after we got released from our last label, and I started working in Job Corps. I moved back from Atlanta at that time.
Okay.
Back to Albany Job Corps. Back to Albany, and I started working in Job Corps. Started as a recreation specialist. At that time, my center director was Miss Rose Walker Cook. At that time, yes, a great leader. Taught me a whole lot of different things about Job Corps as well. From there, I went to a CPP instructor. So I started at the bottom of it.
And you worked your way up.
And I worked my way up from Albany to North Texas.
Another large center.
Another large center. At that time, I think we had 706 kids at that time. So I went there to work in the dorms as a dorm supervisor.
Okay.
Did that for about 8 months. From there, I went to SPO, student personnel officer. From there, I went to a recreation manager. From a recreation manager, I went to the career service director.
So you've touched a lot of different aspects of
Yes.
youth engagement.
Yes.
So take me from where you were, and how did we get to CD? Center
We got
director.
to CD. I had the opportunity to leave North Texas and go to Potomac in DC.
Okay.
To be the deputy there. I went there and got that experience. One thing I do know about Job Corps, sometimes you got to go to grow.
Right.
Get to learn from different people, different mentors, and just different workforce developments around the world on how they operate, because everybody engage our youth differently. So picking up that skill set, putting it all in the bottle, putting a label on it, putting the top on it, selling myself, saying, hey, I think I'm ready for this position. And that's what I did. And I would tell anybody, I just recently got my college degree. I was a center director for years without a college degree.
Oh, wow.
And
congratulations.
yes,
That's
many
amazing.
contractors worked with me through that process while I worked on getting my college degree. And for me, just that opportunity and students seeing me in that raw form transitioning to that next level just gave them the opportunity to say, you know what, I can do this too. I got hope as well. So from there, came to Gadsden as the independent living director. 3 months later, got the opportunity to be a center director and been there for 4.5 years.
Congratulations
Thank you.
on all of that. One of the things you said that kind of makes me think about our youth engagement is mentoring,
Yes.
mentorship. How you talked about, being able to travel to different locations. I think you said you have to go to grow.
Yes.
How do you develop mentorship for the young people that you serve at Gadsden? What type of mentoring programs are you using?
So what we use is a positive ecosystem, and we wrap it around our CSS standards. And we provide wraparound services 24 hours. We meet with our students once a month. They may have some challenges, if need to be, every single day. We tie into our CMHC to help us out as well, because a lot of our students got different challenges, and every student is case by case. So you're a mentor 24/7. You're a counselor 24/7. You're an uncle 24/7. And all of that is about retention.
So retention to programs, but I also think it teaches, when we talk about workforce, for our young adults to be able to not only obtain a job,
Yes.
but keep a job.
Yes.
And we talked about apprenticeships, and that you guys are moving towards culinary and material handlers. So how are you bridging that gap between those students and employers, and then also bringing it on a mentorship program so that they not only get that job, but keep that job?
So it was about giving the students the opportunity to go visit these work sites. I was always told, if you really want to be a doctor, take them in the room and let them see a surgeon. Let's see the blood. Let's see that you really want to do that. So taking these students in an environment that's on course to the career path that they're interested in, and seeing it and working with the partners come on center. They visit our trades as well. They take our curriculum. They can look at our curriculum and say, you know what, we utilize this. This is something we don't utilize. So you may need to change this thing. So it will help students get a better foot in the door for this type of service. And with that apprenticeship, it has to be a mentorship attached to it as well.
Absolutely.
You got to understand, these kids are still in a development stage. So if I'm 18 and I come from home and I've been doing the same thing for 2 years straight, I still may need more time to develop understanding, hey, it's important to be at work on time. It's important to have a conversation with my supervisor the right way if there's a concern.
Right.
So I think that apprenticeship part, workforce development, and the center being connected with each other. And, after that, we follow the kids for an entire year after they leave the program. We want to ensure that you keep this job, because guess what? I want to enroll more students in this program that they can get a job as well.
Very good. I appreciate that. Sounds like Gadsden's doing some amazing things.
We're trying, absolutely.
So everyone is talking about AI.
I know, right?
Technology.
Yeah.
And making sure that our young adults that we serve are attached to the latest technological pursuit.
Right.
How is Gadsden leading that and providing that type of training for students? Or are you yet? If not, what are you going to do to get on board?
So as of right now, we have really been talking about that. As you know, maybe about a month ago, Job Corps released a AI training for students, a basic training. So me and my team have been thinking about making sure all students get trained on the basic AI. A lot of our kids already do AI. They're already making videos.
So they're ahead of us.
They're ahead of us. They're teaching me things I didn't even know. You know what I'm saying? So I'm happy to learn from them, but now I got to attach a certification to it.
Right.
Because you may still need this to get this job. So we're working out the kinks, and just being here at the NADA has really helped me out. I've been able to network with companies that start off with the basic certifications in AI that we may be able to allow our students to participate in.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You know, the interesting thing about youth development programs, and the thing that I've always liked about them is that they're ever changing.
Yes.
And young adults are very versatile in that way, very flexible, as long as they see value in what we do.
Absolutely.
How do you keep your community engaged so that the community of Gadsden and the surrounding towns within that area see the Gadsden Job Corps Center as a value to that community?
Well, what I do is, we have the workforce development meeting with the community. We have the council meeting to allow the community to come on our center and see exactly what we're pouring into these students. Not only that, can I deploy them to your company to get work-based learning hours, meaning that this student is attached to this trade, you have this type of job, this is the field that this student is going in that will be a JTM. Allow them to work with
What's a JTM for our listeners?
It's a job training match and job corps.
Okay.
Once a student completes the trade, is our goal to ensure that this student is attached to the same job that the trade that student came from.
So the resources that you were using to train this young person, we want to make sure that student then goes out and is employed. And so you use the term work-based learning. You know, all of those are part of systems and tools that's used to ensure students are attached to employment before leaving.
Absolutely. And another caveat that we started doing with leisure time employment, LT, that's mostly after the training day, students get to go to work and make some extra money for themselves. All of my students that work in a leisure time job, it also have to be on that pathway to a JTM as well.
Really?
Yeah.
That's pretty interesting.
For placement purposes, and not only that, you get that encore training because in Gadsden, you may be working at, let's just say, Taco Bell. Let's just throw out one, Taco Bell. But guess what? I can work with you at the end of the program to help you transition this job back to Montgomery, Alabama, back to Huntsville, Alabama, because you're already within the company. So all of it should be able to work together to ensure that the student get placed on the correct job.
Okay. All right. I like that. So we talked about the community. There's a lot of growth in Gadsden.
A lot.
Since last time I was there.
Yes, the mayor is doing a great job. And it is just open doors for our students to get more.
So I was going to ask how you bridging that gap between a growing community and what their workforce needs. Because if I recall, now most of your students don't come from Gadsden.
Right.
So how is the center meeting the workforce needs of that kind of local community?
Well, we have a great relationship with the local housing authority. A lot of our students has transitioned from Birmingham, Huntsville, Montgomery, and they stay in the community after leaving Job Corps. Those jobs just open up for them. The first thing these employees want to know, are you willing to relocate? And as we know in Job Corps, not most of our students want to relocate. They love home. They love mom. They love comfortability. And I try to tell them all the time, from something I heard from a wise man, comfortability is a beautiful place to visit, but nothing grows there.
That's right.
So you have to push yourself outside of those limits.
Right.
Yes. Right. So them moving to the city has really opened doors for a lot of our students to get those jobs in the Gadsden area.
So, for our listeners, tell me about a success story from Gadsden. Maybe a young adult that came through your program. And, sometimes we're working with students and we might think, "Ooh, this one's going to be a difficult one."
Right.
And then they surprise us.
Yes.
Tell me about a surprise that you had.
Surprise. Just had one last week. I have a student by the name of Zach Dakin. This young man came in Job Corps maybe about 2 years ago. Didn't make it. It was hard for him. Wasn't mature enough at that time because most kids coming in thinking it's school instead of a job training program.
Right.
And I have to handle you like you own a job. Didn't make it. Student came back to the program less than 8 months. Completed his trade in security, and last week signed a $16,000 signing bonus to the Army.
Oh, nice.
Yes, and it was amazing for him. Just having a kid, just from his background and not thinking that he can do it, didn't think it was possible, because it starts at home as well. And if home is not supporting it and you don't have that support and you have to push yourself by yourself along with staff at Job Corps to push you up that, it's a lot. And he did it.
Nice. That is a beautiful story. Those are the stories that keep you, I guess, re-up you for another year. So
I love it. It ain't even about the money. Just seeing these young adults have the opportunity, because I was one of them one time.
Right.
I stayed in trouble.
Okay.
I was a former gang member. I made a lot of dumb
So
mistakes.
you transitioned. You made some transitions.
Made a lot of changes.
Thank you for sharing that.
Yes.
Because sometimes the young people that we work with think, you were born a center director.
No.
They don't always know the paths that life, when we say life is lifing, that things happen, how you got to the point that you
Listen, I had a praying mama, and she kept a belt in her hand, and God is still working on me.
So what would you want employers to know about the young people that we serve?
I would like for employers to know that these students deserve an opportunity. They deserve a chance. They have the skill set. They have the confidence, and they believe in themselves. Give these students the opportunity to come work for your company. And it's just like anybody you bring on. They go through an HR process. If they make mistakes, you handle them just like they on the job. But I guarantee you the students coming out of Job Corps can fit the table and get the job done. Just give them an opportunity. And I'll forever fight for that. They know me in Gadsden. They know me in Atlanta. I will forever fight for that. Give these students an opportunity. They deserve it, and they can do it. They're our future.
And so what would you say to a young person thinking about maybe listening? Because we do have a youth following. Listening about a Job Corps Center.
Okay.
What will Job Corps do for them?
I think Job Corps, I know Job Corps will change your life. I know Job Corps will help you out with your soft skills. It will help develop you as a person as well. Most time before kids coming to Job Corps, applicants becoming Job Corps, they go to YouTube and they see all these negative videos about that. But there are so many success stories in Job Corps. There have been so many kids come in Job Corps with nothing and leave with everything that they ever have. Job Corps is a great program. It changes lives. The staff are great as well, but you gotta buy into it. You gotta allow somebody to pour into you, and you gotta buy into the program as well. And if you do that, I guarantee you'll be a success story.
Well, thank you. So now's the rapid fun time. All right. I get to power out some questions, and hopefully you're ready to listen.
Let's do it.
All right. Morning person or late night?
Depends on how the night was before in Job Corps.
It's fair enough.
There's a CDs, we work 24/7.
Oh, yes, you do. All right. Coffee guy or tea guy?
Coffee.
All right. And what song is in your playlist right now?
Right now, song that is in my playlist. He Saw the Best in Me.
Oh, Marvin Sapp.
Yes.
Nice. Oh, absolutely nice. All right. I appreciate you, but I want to leave you with this one thought, and I want you to kind of respond to it. Workforce development, I said this to another gentleman that I interviewed, can change the trajectory of a young person's life. Be honest, anybody's life, if you're affiliated with the Job Corps program. how do you see the future of workforce development, and what is it that our leaders need to know in order to see workforce programs continue to grow?
I think workforce programs have to stay involved in the community, stay involved with the youth, and listen to the youth as well, because they're going to tell you the type of jobs that we need. They're leading the future. We got to buy into the kids. I mean, all of the certifications that we want them to have, let's give them at a cost that the average kid can pay for, the average teen can pay for, so they can do the job. Sometimes those are the challenges, is I don't have the funds to get to the next level.
Right.
But what program can I put in place that I could put you on a payment plan that you can get this certification and attach you to a job as well?
Right.
I think that's the most important thing right now. That's that threshold. There's a race for certification to say that I'm good at this job, but can I really do the job? Am I happy about doing the job? Do I really want the job, or do I just have a job? So working with the youth, working with the community, and just finding a way to make sure that those certifications are offered to everybody at a cost that can fit the community.
Good. You know, I think Gadsden, Alabama is very blessed to have you as their center director and leading the way. And I know that the city of Gadsden is very happy to have you there.
Happy to be there.
Gadsden is a small community, but has a big heart when it comes to workforce development and youth development. Corey, I just want to say thank you for joining the iBuild America podcast.
Thank you. Thank you all for having me.
Thank you.
Thank you for listening to the iBuild America podcast. Please subscribe, share, and comment, and be sure to join us next time for more insights and inspiring conversations on building a powerful American workforce. iBuild America, building workforce success one podcast at a time.